why clutter-free is a fleeting thing. So think about it this way. You worked really hard and got rid of all the clutter in your house, purged. The things you have left, you organized. And you're just so happy, feel so good. Why then, a few months later, a year later, sometime later, is the clutter building again? And I think this is why people struggle to remain clutter-free. Think about 12-step programs. So you have overeaters, people that drink too much, maybe workaholics. I think there's a Gamblers Anonymous. So if I asked you how it is that these 12-step programs have a success rate, what would you say the answer is? Would you say, well, people stop drinking as much, or they gamble less, they change their diet, they spend more time with family and work less? Is that how you would answer? Well, if it is, you're only half right. And I'll tell you why. If you've ever been on a diet, like a lot of people have, you know that it can be manageable to lose a few pounds. Where the tough stuff comes in is keeping the weight off. And that's the same as an alcoholic. An alcoholic isn't shown how to drink less or to not get drunk in Alcoholics Anonymous. They're taught how to abstain from alcohol. And in order for an alcoholic who only knows how to drink a lot and can't stop, in order for that alcoholic to learn how to abstain from drinking, they have to change almost everything about themselves. And now we're talking about habits, right? And the same with your diet. If you want to lose weight, you have to shake up what you're eating, eat less. You can't abstain from food. So that requires a changing of your habits. Same as workaholic and all the other holics. And same as a cluttered person. And I know some of you are going to think that is a stretch. I do not, from my years of experience, see it as a stretch at all. I see a direct correlation between what I'm talking about. And that's why when you get rid of everything in your house and you don't change your habits, it's just going to build back up again. It's mathematics. There's only so much you can bring in the house before it starts cluttering up again. So what do you have to do? She says you have to keep changing habits. Well, what habits? Well, do you buy too much? Do you shop too much? Do you hang on to stuff too much? Do you never let go of things because you don't know how to make decisions? You don't want to hurt feelings? You have a mentality that you're never going to have enough? These are all the underlying issues, just like a person that eats too much or drinks too much. They have underlying issues. Nobody gets up in the morning and says, I'm going to get drunk today. It's silly to think that. And nobody gets up in the morning and says, "Oh, how can I clutter up my house a little bit more?" It's just, it's hard to look at some habits that you may have. And it's even harder to make changes. Or, I mean, look at January 1st, when everybody makes New Year's resolutions. The memberships to athletic clubs jumps. They, they, that's a big part of their income is January 1st. And if you were to track those people that spent all that money to sign up to that club, how many made it past 3 weeks? Not many. So these were all things I'd like you to consider, thinking about staying decluttered. And this is why I say that there's a lot of decluttering advice out there that, well, I'll say is questionable, because I think a lot of so-called decluttering experts show people how to organize clutter, how to store clutter. But I haven't bumped into a whole lot of decluttering experts that show people, not just tell them, but show them how it is that to be successful in decluttering, it's really an inside job and takes examination and change.